Finally, you are here, standing at the threshold between worlds as September 18th approaches, and something within your very essence recognizes this moment. Deep within the cosmic architecture of time itself, a portal unlike any seen in thousands of years is preparing to tear open the veil between dimensions, and those who understand the ancient languages of energy already feel its pull. The numerology of this date carries a frequency so powerful that mystics have whispered about it in sacred circles for generations, waiting for this precise alignment when the shadow realm touches our reality. Every cell in your body is beginning to vibrate at a different frequency because September 18th holds the code 1 plus 8, which equals 9, the number of completion and transformation. But when we examine the full date in this year of 2025, adding all digits together, we discover the hidden signature of this cosmic event. 18 becomes 9, the month 9 becomes 9, and 2025 reduces to 9, creating a triple 9 portal that occurs perhaps once every 1,000 years. Your consciousness has been preparing for this moment your entire lifetime, though until now you may not have understood why certain experiences felt so profound, why dreams seemed more real than waking life, or why synchronicities appeared everywhere you looked. The portal of shadows is not merely an esoteric concept, but a literal dimensional gateway that opens when specific cosmic conditions align, allowing the normally hidden aspects of reality to bleed through into our perceived world. Ancient texts speak of this phenomenon using different names: the Great Unveiling, the Night of Mirrors, the Threshold Crossing, but all refer to the same cosmic event when the boundaries between the conscious and unconscious, between light and shadow, become permeable. Those sensitive to energy have been reporting intense dreams, unexplained sensations, and a feeling that time itself is bending as we approach this date. The shadow realm is not evil or dark in the way most people understand darkness. Rather, it is the repository of all unexpressed potential, all hidden knowledge, all suppressed abilities that humanity has forgotten how to access. The planets themselves are conspiring to create this opening, with Mars forming an exact square to Pluto, while Neptune dissolves the boundaries between dimensions, and this astronomical configuration will not repeat for another 2 millennia. Your astral body has been receiving downloads of information in preparation, which explains any unusual sleep patterns, vivid dreams, or moments of knowing things you have no logical way of knowing. The shadow realm contains the blueprints of every possible future, every path not taken, every version of yourself that exists in parallel realities. And on September 18th, these normally separate streams of possibility will merge into a singular moment of infinite potential. Those who enter the portal consciously will gain access to abilities that mainstream science insists are impossible: telepathy, precognition, energy healing, astral projection, and most importantly, the power to reshape reality through focused intention. But there is a crucial element that determines whether this transformation empowers or overwhelms you, and it relates directly to how well you have integrated your own shadow aspects. Listen closely, because what I am about to reveal will determine whether you emerge from this portal as a limited human being or as something far more magnificent. The shadow realm operates on entirely different laws than our physical dimension, laws that respond not to force or struggle, but to acceptance, integration, and conscious cooperation with the darker aspects of your psyche. Every person has shadow elements, repressed emotions, denied desires, unexplored potentials, aspects of personality that society taught them to hide or reject. And the portal of shadows will bring all of these suppressed parts to the surface for integration or rejection. Those who fight against their shadow aspects during this time will experience the portal as chaotic, frightening, or destructive. But those who embrace this process with curiosity and acceptance will discover that their shadow contains immense power and wisdom. The key lies in understanding that what you call your darkness is often your greatest strength turned inside out, your most powerful gifts expressed in distorted ways because they were never allowed healthy expression. The energy signature of September 18th carries the vibrational frequency of profound revelation, and you may have already begun noticing that secrets are surfacing in your life, hidden truths are becoming obvious, and people are showing you sides of themselves you never suspected existed. This is the portal beginning to open, causing the normally hidden aspects of reality to become visible. And over the next hours, this process will accelerate exponentially until the moment of full activation. Your electromagnetic field is already shifting in preparation, which might manifest as unusual sensations in your body, tingling in your extremities, pressure in your third eye area, fluctuations in body temperature, or a sense that your energy extends far beyond your physical boundaries. These are not symptoms of illness, but signs that your energy body is expanding to accommodate the new frequencies that will be available after the portal opens. The shadow realm communicates through symbols, synchronicities, and intuitive knowing rather than linear thought, so pay attention to recurring numbers, meaningful coincidences, and sudden insights that seem to come from nowhere. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, you stand on the precipice of the most significant consciousness shift in human history, and your dreams will serve as a bridge between your current awareness and the expanded reality that awaits on the other side of the portal. The shadow realm has been sending you messages through your unconscious mind for weeks, preparing you for this moment. And tonight, those messages will become crystal clear, showing you exactly what abilities will activate and how your life will transform. In the hours between midnight and dawn on September 18th, the veil will be at its thinnest, allowing direct communication with shadow beings who are not demons or evil entities, but aspects of collective human consciousness that exist beyond normal perception. These beings possess knowledge that humanity lost during the transition from ancient wisdom traditions to modern materialistic thinking, and they are eager to share this knowledge with those ready to receive it. Your sleeping mind will be invited into the shadow realm itself, where you will witness the true nature of reality and understand how consciousness creates physical experience through focused intention and emotional alignment. The most extraordinary aspect of this portal opening is that it represents a permanent shift in human consciousness, not a temporary event that fades after a few days or weeks. September 18th marks the beginning of a new era where the abilities that were once available only to advanced mystics and shamans become accessible to anyone willing to embrace their complete nature, including their shadow aspects. Your DNA is already responding to the incoming cosmic frequencies, activating dormant codons that scientists do not yet understand, but which ancient traditions recognized as the source of supernatural abilities. Over the coming weeks and months, you will begin to notice that your intuition becomes startlingly accurate, that you can sense the emotions and thoughts of others even at great distances, that you can influence outcomes through visualization and intention in ways that seem miraculous but are actually the natural functioning of consciousness freed from limiting beliefs. The portal does not give you new abilities so much as it removes the energetic blocks that have been preventing you from using the abilities you have always possessed. But here is what the ancient texts warn about and what modern seekers often miss. The portal of shadows will amplify whatever is already present in your consciousness, both light and dark aspects. So if you enter this transformation carrying unresolved anger, fear, or resentment, these emotions will become much more powerful and potentially destructive. This is why the hours before the portal opens are crucial for emotional and energetic cleansing, releasing old grudges, forgiving past hurts, and making peace with the parts of yourself you have been trying to change or hide. The shadow realm does not judge these aspects as good or evil, but simply as different expressions of life force energy that can be channeled constructively or destructively, depending on your level of conscious awareness. Those who approach the portal with clean energy and clear intentions will find it to be the most empowering experience of their lives, while those who carry heavy emotional baggage may find the experience overwhelming until they learn to work with shadow energy rather than against it. The numerological significance of this date extends far beyond simple addition of digits, reaching into the sacred geometry that underlies all manifestation, and understanding these deeper patterns will help you navigate the transformation more effectively. September represents the 9th month, 9 being the number of the hermit in tarot, the seeker who has moved beyond external validation to find wisdom within. And this energy perfectly matches the inward journey required to access shadow realm knowledge. The 18th day breaks down to 1 plus 8 equals 9, creating a double 9 portal that amplifies the energy of completion and spiritual mastery, but also carries the vibration of new beginnings, because 9 always returns to 1 when we complete the cycle. 2025 reduces to 9 as well, meaning we have a triple 9 gateway opening on a date whose every component resonates with the frequency of transformation and spiritual evolution. The ancient mystery schools taught that 9 is the number of the magician who has learned to work with both light and shadow forces to create change in the material world. As the final hours before the portal opening tick away, your body may begin to experience what mystics call the preparation symptoms. Changes in sleep patterns, unusual dreams filled with symbolic imagery, sudden emotional releases that seem to come from nowhere, moments of expanded awareness where you perceive reality from multiple dimensions simultaneously, and an inexplicable knowing that everything in your life has been leading to this moment. These are not coincidences or imagination, but your energy system calibrating itself to handle the higher frequencies that will flood through the portal, and embracing these changes rather than resisting them will make your transformation much smoother and more enjoyable. The shadow realm operates on the principle that consciousness creates reality, not the other way around. So every thought, emotion, and intention you hold during this time becomes a creative force shaping your experience of the portal opening. This is why ancient traditions emphasized purification rituals, meditation, and conscious intention setting before major spiritual initiations. The portal of shadows reveals the fundamental truth that reality is far more malleable than most people believe. And once you experience this directly, you can never again be convinced that you are a powerless victim of circumstances beyond your control. Tonight, as you cross the threshold between September 17th and 18th, you will begin to understand that what you have called the physical world is actually a projection of collective consciousness. And individual consciousness has far more influence on this projection than mainstream science acknowledges. The shadow beings who inhabit the realm beyond normal perception are not separate entities, but aspects of your own expanded consciousness that exist outside the limitations of linear time and three-dimensional space. By learning to communicate with and integrate these shadow aspects, you gain access to information from past and future timelines, alternative versions of reality, and the underlying energy patterns that create all physical manifestations. This is how ancient shamans could predict weather patterns, locate lost objects, and heal illnesses that baffled conventional healers. Your journey through the portal of shadows will be entirely unique because it reflects your individual consciousness, your personal history, your deepest fears and greatest potentials. But certain universal elements appear in every authentic portal experience. You will encounter symbolic representations of your life purpose, receive guidance about important decisions you need to make, gain insight into relationship patterns that have been limiting your growth, and most importantly, you will remember abilities you possessed in other lifetimes that are ready to reactivate in this reality. The shadow realm contains what Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, the repository of all human knowledge and experience. And portal travelers often report accessing information about ancient civilizations, lost technologies, and wisdom traditions that disappeared from recorded history. This is not channeling external entities, but remembering what you already know at the deepest levels of your being. Knowledge that becomes accessible when consciousness expands beyond normal limitations. The transformation process accelerates dramatically in the hours immediately following the portal opening, and you may find that reality feels fluid, dreamlike, and highly responsive to your thoughts and emotions for several days or even weeks after September 18th. This is because the portal permanently alters your energy signature, upgrading your personal frequency to match higher dimensional awareness, and it takes time for your physical body and environment to adjust to these changes. During this integration period, pay close attention to synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, and sudden opportunities that appear in your life, because these are manifestations of your expanded consciousness, reshaping reality to align with your highest potential. The shadow realm operates outside linear time, so changes you initiate during the portal opening may manifest in your physical experience days, weeks, or even months later, appearing as lucky breaks, unexpected gifts, or sudden solutions to long-standing problems. The most profound realization that emerges from authentic portal experiences is that what you have been calling your individual self is actually a small aspect of a much larger consciousness that exists simultaneously across multiple dimensions, timelines, and reality systems. The portal of shadows dissolves the illusion of separation, revealing that all apparent divisions between self and other, inner and outer, light and dark, are constructs of limited perception rather than actual barriers. This understanding fundamentally changes how you navigate relationships, make decisions, and create your life experience, because you begin to operate from the knowing that everything is interconnected and responsive to consciousness. Your shadow aspects are not enemies to be conquered, but valuable allies containing gifts and abilities that have been suppressed by social conditioning and limiting beliefs about what is possible for human consciousness. When you integrate these shadow elements consciously and compassionately, you become a fully embodied, multidimensional being capable of accessing wisdom and abilities that seem miraculous from ordinary awareness. Tomorrow, you will wake up as a different person than you were yesterday, not because you have been changed by an external force, but because you have remembered who you truly are beneath the layers of conditioning and limitation that convinced you that you were merely human. The portal of shadows does not transform you into something other than yourself. It removes the veils that prevented you from recognizing your true nature as an infinite consciousness temporarily focused through a physical form for the purpose of experience and growth. This recognition brings tremendous freedom and responsibility because you can no longer pretend that you are a victim of circumstances beyond your control. And simultaneously, you realize that you have always had the power to create the reality you desire through conscious participation with the creative forces of the universe. The shadow realm will become a resource you can access whenever you need guidance, healing, or expanded perspective on any situation. And the abilities you develop through portal work will continue to grow stronger and more precise as you practice using them in your daily life.